Well, all things gotta come to an end, unfortunately. The car made it just under 5,000 miles without really having any issues or repairs needed. Unfortunately, the clutch that I got was not up to par to the task. So we're swapping it out today. Now you may be asking, well, LaRue, what clutch did you put in your car? What shitty clutch did you put in your car to only last 5,000 miles? And I'll be honest with you guys, it's a Clutch Master. It's a fx400. It's an 8-puck clutch, so it's not the 6-puck. It's like one of those, they look like kind of full face 8-puck clutches. I talked to Clutch Masters directly when I was, building the car, and I knew what my goal was for the car, which was basically what I told them was 420 wheel horsepower with room to grow around 500 is kind of the range. It's going to be a street car. I'll drive it on the street a lot. I'll drive it to work, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of roll racing and other types of things like that. So they recommended me the fx400 8-puck clutch with the steel flywheel, and I was like, cool, all right, well, it's rated for 450 foot-pounds of torque, should be fine. About 2.5 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks now, I think, I was leaving a meet and got on the freeway. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give it some beans. Gave it the beans, dude, and it was driving great. We're talking third gear, fourth, got into fifth. I was like, all right, cool, boom, put into sixth, started getting I started dropping mile per hour, was in 6th gear, cruising it, slowly started giving it some gas, hit 15 pounds of 15 pounds of boost, and the RPM just went wham, and I was like, oh. Drove it home fine, it works all fine. I could drive it normally, but I just can't drive it the way I built it to drive. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have in store for it next. And well, what's it, mama? What's it, the big girl, the big girl, the big girl? What's up, the big girl, the big girl, big girl? All right, well, this is the new clutch, guys. This is Ringer Racing. Shout out Mike Hood on Facebook. If you're in the Volkswagen community, Audi community, you've definitely have heard his name. Anyway, so Mike was kind enough to talk to me for a while to kind of discuss what I wanted out of the car, and we came down to saying, okay, we want the Stage 5 full face metal face plate. So this is good for 650 foot-pounds of torque around that. So I'm not going to be pushing that. I'm looking to get maybe just over 500 wheel now with the new Cummins setup. So this should pair well with that. I got to sneeze. So yeah, this is what's going in. So you'll notice, hey, where's your flywheel? Well, Ringer Racing is actually part of Clutch Master. Clutch Master makes his clutches custom just for him, and they only sell them through him. This is his clutch. They don't sell this through Clutch Master. The cool thing is that I get to use the flywheel from the Clutch Master with this because it's compatible, which is dope. However, the only thing that's not dope about that is, well, now I got to remove it. I can't just do it all in a day. I got to remove the transmission. I got to remove the clutch. I got to remove the flywheel and get it machined. All right, I got to get it resurfaced. So after I drop it all, I'm going to resurface it, and then I get to install this. So, I mean, it takes a little bit longer. It's not as simple as remove it and put it back in. I do want to resurface it. But yeah, I'll show you guys more about this a little bit later. But this is what we're going with now. And so I got this thing from Harbor Freight. Should make this a lot easier than using jack stands to support my motor. So basically we have a few points. I'm gonna support it here. And I put this bracket back on, support it there. Gotta remove the battery. Gonna remove, the linkages so I don't have to readjust afterwards. I'm just gonna remove it straight from here. I gotta remove the bleed line. And then there's a few other things, but I know I haven't really been posting lately, and I'm sorry about that, but here's a video for you guys. Unfortunately, unfortunately, it is what it is. So I like to put a little guide of where bolts go. Makes it easier for my brain. I got too much shit in my head all the time, so. All right, starter's out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. It just gives me a lot more space to get to these bolts if I have this guy out of here. So really, all it is I've already cracked all the bottom ones loose, cracked these loose, and then I'll fully support it through this beam. And then I may drop the subframe too, because the subframe is really in the freaking way. If you ever swapped out a O2M before, see this right here? The space is like a little less than 2 fingers for me. See that? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna have to remove the axle and the axle cup. So we'll get to that next. So you guys might be asking, bro, you need yourself a fucking impact or something, some type of electric ratchet. And I agree, I do have one, but I lost the attachment for my 3/8. So kind of doing this shit all by hand. It's kind of cheeks, you know what I mean? But whatever. I don't feel like going to the store and buying a new one. I'm pretty sure when I helped put my buddy's Golf R motor together that I might have, you know, gave him that on accident, but whatever. Okay, I lied. I did take off the ball joint. I just thought this would be the easiest thing. Now I gotta remove that axle cup, because that is actually what gets in the way of here. So I remove the axle cup. Man, I am exhausted. Got it out. Thing looks pretty decent. I don't see actually any fluid. Obviously that's all trans fluid because you have to remove the axle cups. I didn't want to remove the subframe, so I didn't. Forgot that I also need to remove the other axle cup, which I did afterwards, but you'll notice like I was kind of banging this on and stuff like that. But anyways, it's out. So now I gotta remove this damn thing, remove the flywheel, and then take it to the machine shop really quick before they close. All right, let's get this done. All right, so I removed the clutch, and yeah, you can tell this thing has some high spots, low spots, and hot spots all over it. Gross as fuck. Look at that, dude. So now moving up to the flywheel now. Flywheel looks fine. I mean, obviously there's some hot spots and shit. You can tell it wasn't having the best time in its life. But this got to go to the machine shop anyway, so I'm gonna get this all removed. Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, everything's dry. We're good. Awesome. Love it. So that's gonna stay like that. I'm not changing out the rear main seal. As you can tell, it's dry, it's clean, it's happy. I'm happy. So I'm gonna go shower, rinse off actually, and take this to the machine shop. Don't mind the puddle of fucking transmission fluid. Okay, so we're back from the machine shop, and unfortunately, all my transmission fluid went on the ground because I have the axle cups open and pointed to that side. So that's unfortunate. Whatever, I'm gonna have to refill it. But that's the new flywheel right there. And cleaned up the bolts. ARP, as you guys know, you could reuse them. So let's do this.
want the realness. Rapped about my real life. Told me I should just quit. First of all, you talk white. Second off, you talk like you haven't given up yet. Nothing left. I swear this summer will be summer camp. Bitch.
Okay, picking up from where I left off yesterday. So everything is torqued down. I don't think I showed you torquing out the pressure plate, but cross pattern, dab, Loctite through all of it, torqued to 25 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna go throw this guy on there. But before we do, let's admire this car, man. For one, look at that freaking turbo. Just look how gorgeous that looks. Just boom. Would you just look at it? Huh? Just look at that. Come on, stop playing with me, y'all. Stop playing with me, man. Dump pipe. It's beautiful. All right. Well, now for the hard part, putting the transmission back in. Then everything else is easy. All right. Basically, there's a little section here on the transmission, my adapter plate that's like right on that pressure plate. Once I clear that, we'll be good to go. Let me flip this. I lowered the motor just a little bit. All right, well, the trans is in. It's in the splines, it's into the clutch. All that is there. However, I don't have the bolts in, and it still needs to be rotated this way and a little bit up. But it's in there. It's supported with that guy. Let's line it up and put the bolts in. All right. So I always like to support the diff because at that point, at least you could lift it with your hands, get it in, and then basically with that, you could raise it or lower it to help rotate it. That way you're not doing it all by hand. And that's what I do. And now we got all the bolts all lined up. So let's throw the bolts in, huh? And we're mostly in there. So bracket is on. There's still some tightening that has to be done on this, but before I do that, I always like to make sure all the other bolts around the transmission are torqued down and set in place before I rely solely on the engine mount or the transmission mount. So starter will go in sometime tomorrow. I need dinner. Lily worked on this once I got home from work. So you can tell it's pitch black. Well, it's dark by the time I get off of work too. So, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Most of it's all done. I'm really excited. We're almost there. One more day. I gotta fill up transmission with fluid, bleed it, throw in the rest of the stuff, and then these come off. Also, axles need to go in. Well, axles in, but it's not all torqued down. But there's a few list of things, but that stuff's boring. You don't want to see that on video. The car is now back together. Everything is in place. Very pretty, huh? Very pretty. And I'll show you guys just for purposes of video. I already turned it on. First, boom. See that? Clutch in, second, third, fourth, right. In reverse. Perfect. Well, there you have it. New clutch installed. Just got to put the wheels back on, put it on the ground, and start driving this thing. Break it in, 500 miles plus some weird pulls, intervals, and then back to normal. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for following along. You know, follow me on Instagram, yo_LaRue. Same as my YouTube channel. Yeah, if you catch me on the road, don't try to race me. Don't do it, because I'm not racing. I want y'all to take a look how much engagement there is. It's right there at the bottom. All this is like not much, but it's really at the end there, and boom, it engages like that. Let me show you guys.